Here's a list of quite a few of them. There's ezinearticles.com is the one I use. They're probably one of the biggest ones online. So there's go-to articles, and you go down here, choose whichever ones you want. But most of them are along the same lines. They're free article publishing services. The bottom one, I've never dealt with Knoll, but they're owned by Google. So again, Google's very big, so that might be a great one to look into also. But I wanted to give you some ideas, so before you join one, check out a few of them or even all of them to see if there's one you like better. Now, paid article submission, okay? If you don't want the free one, here's one called PR Web, very well known. Again, you get a lot of buzz, visibility. Now, PR Web is bigger. You're paying for them. Packages, I believe, start at $99 per article or per release, but it's going to go out a lot further. You're going to have a lot of major newspaper agencies watching you. So the other ones are free. This one's paid, but this one's going to give you an awful lot more. So if it's something that's really important, you may want to consider doing this if you really want to get some exposure. If you do, again, since you're paying for it, make sure you have a very good article, okay? Free online classified ads. This is something that a lot of people don't deal with, but for the kind of things that we're going to be doing, okay, for your products, you're going to be having free giveaway products to get them to come. This is a great way to get rid of them. Not to get rid of them, a great way to get them out there, I should say. You don't want to get rid of them. You want to give away as many as you can so you get more people coming back to you. So the world of online classified ads is dominated by a company known as Craigslist. You've probably all heard of it or even used it. Craig Newman developed it in 1995, and it's a worldwide networking site. I use Craigslist for a lot of things. Matter of fact, the last 5 offices I've had in different states, I found on Craigslist. When I first started in the hypnosis business and I wanted to share an office, I went to the city that I wanted, went into offices, and typed in the word share. Boom, and I had a whole list of all these places that, psychiatrists, psychologists, all these people who wanted to share an office. So Craigslist is a great place to advertise. Now, if you're not familiar with Craigslist, you might not be aware of how many sections it has. There's so many different areas you can deal with. It also has discussion forums and, of course, different services sections. Now, we're going to be talking about discussion forums towards the end of this lesson. So when I start talking about going to discussion forums, remember Craigslist has a great discussion forum. You can go into the forums, and there's a whole bunch of different titles. So you don't need to be selling something to post a legitimate classified ads. I mean, there's job, help wanted, there's services. I've seen people even advertise massage and hypnosis and Reiki and all those kind of things in the professional services. So here's some do's and don'ts about Craigslist. Now, I'm going to give you names of a lot of other ones, but Craigslist is the biggie. Find a section that is similar to your product topic. So if you're dealing with golfing type products, look into things having to do with sporting goods. Maybe selling sporting goods products, maybe a service having to do with sporting goods, but look through their listing to see anything that's close to it, and submit a listing for your free gift opt-in page. So get your free tips for golf now, get your free whatever it is, here. Now with Craigslist, okay, and with a lot of these, you have to pick a certain city. So don't pick your own town if it's a small place. Pick someplace that has some exposure, Philadelphia, New York. If it's an international product, pick a big city, LA, so you're going to have a lot more viewers. Be careful when you make the ad, because you're going to want to go out and do a whole mess of them. Well, they have a thing called spamming, and yes, they are able to find whether you're spamming, and people will report you, and you'll get kicked right off the site, okay? So if you're going to make duplicate ads, make them a little different. Maybe use a different web page if you have, a different email address if you have several email addresses. So you want to make it look like it's not the same thing. If you're putting pictures, put different pictures. Word it different. Make sure your title is a little different, okay? Only place a few at a time. Again, I'm going to give you a list of a whole mess of different ones. So maybe only do, 2, maybe 3 tops on Craigslist and do some other ones, or maybe just 1 or 2 to make sure you don't get in trouble. when I say get in trouble, get kicked off of spam, because it's a lot of work just to get bumped. And do some other ones. Be sure to read the rules for these places, for these different pages, to make sure that you're not violating any of their rules. So read them, and some of them may not allow you to link a web page. It's kind of funny. I think this is one that doesn't. Craigslist doesn't allow you to put a web page in. So you'll see a lot of links, but it'll be like www. space your name space, and they put these little spaces, and they put the whole web page, and then at the end it says eliminate the spaces. Or they'll put like a star between a couple of different parts of the web address, and they'll say take the stars out. When you read some of the ads, you'll see it's kind of funny how they do that, but it works, so people can still get it. So do some research and be creative. Here's a list of some other classified ads. It's Craigslist. Backpage is a really big one too. Craigslist pretty much covers the whole world, every major area. Backpage seems to be mostly down south. When we were living in Pennsylvania and south, I was able to find quite a few things on Backpage. And you can see there's quite a few more going all the way down. Go through them. Some of them might fit your needs. Some of them might have nothing to do with your product. But just go through them and see if there's one that will suit you. And don't discount these, because a lot of people look at these, okay? Now here's a picture. If you punch in Craigslist, I punched in Craigslist Boston, and this is what came up for the Boston area, okay? Now I didn't punch in any specific thing. I just wanted to get the main page so you can see all the different topics, okay? So let's go through this a little bit if we could. Now you have community, you have personals, okay? I look at community, there's groups, volunteers, classes. Maybe something you have focuses around classes. If you're teaching a course, maybe give your gift away for a course. So try to make it fit into something they have. If you're doing something having to do with musical instruments, look at that, musicians, art. So there's a lot of different things there. Personals, if you're doing something on dating advice, this is a great place. Discussion forums. Remember I spoke to you about forums? Look at all the different forums, okay? There's a lot of them there. And forums are a great place to get leads. Housing, remember I told you I found the offices over here. Again, I always, whenever I go into I'm thinking of going to a new town, I like to always look, office, commercial, you click on that, and you're going to find about the offices. Then in the search bar, click search or whatever it is you want. For sale, these are different items for sale. So if you have products you're selling, maybe ebooks or this or that, give you a free gift in here. And again, if you find a topic that, like it was golfing, you might want to go with sporting. Free. Ooh, there's a nice thing for free. Click on that to see what kind of items they're giving free. Does what you have fit into it? Services. Look at all the different services. Legal, marine, pet, therapeutics, so dog training, horse training, all kinds of stuff with pets. Household. I mean, most topics will be covered somewhere in that list. Jobs, and you can see all the different things having to do with jobs. Does your product cover anything with here? Helping somebody to find a job, to write a resume, gigs, and again, here's all the different cities, and you can go to different countries. So you can see you can have a lot of fun with that. That alone can get you a lot of business. But something, again, you want to be persistent, Don't just do one, try to do several, and maybe different papers, and keep them going. The nice thing is, once you get an ad going, you can just renew it. I think right now Reluca has a listing for my ocean kayak in there. Okay, I want to get another one, a new updated one. So we're selling the other one in there. And it goes for, I don't know, after about maybe 10 days, a couple of weeks, she'll just refresh it and the page will come back up on top again. Free online classified items. Okay, so this is, again, here's the listing, Craigslist Backpage. So there's quite a few of them here you can use. So let's talk about social media. Okay, everybody knows what social media is. At least I hope so. Okay, I know some of you are on my Facebook, different things, different things that we have. So the idea is, the whole idea of social media is if you share your free video with 10 people, then you have 10 people that know about your wonderful product. That's if you do it without social media, just telling your friends and family. However, with social media, you share it with 10 people, and they share it with the video with 10 of their friends, now 100 people know about it, and it can just keep on growing. And for those of you that have followed my social media, whenever I come up with a new video, I put it on Facebook right away and let people know, hey, come see this. And a lot of people will share it with their friends. And that's a great way to get things out there. So post your free product link or your video ad or whatever it is. If it's just, if you don't have a video, then just put a link to your product. Take a picture of it or make a picture of it, okay? So post your free product link, your video advertisement, article, whatever it is, and chat it up on every social media venue you can get your hands on and encourage them to share. Start a Facebook page if you don't already have one. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why I say Facebook in a moment. I just started a new one last night. I started actually a business Facebook page. I'm going to show you it in a second. But I have a personal one that I've had quite for a while. We're on Google Plus. We're on LinkedIn. Luca's on, what's the name of that one? I think I call it Post-it or something like that. She's always posting different things. There's Twitter. She's on Twitter. There's so many different ones that you can deal with. Now, they're pretty easy to build. This is a business Facebook page, not just a regular one. I built this last night. It took me about an hour and a half, okay? Half an hour to put it up and about an hour to make this picture, all right? To get it so it would fit in there. I had to put bars on the top and bars on the bottom. So, but to build it is pretty quick. And if you already have a picture, you can get the whole thing up and running. Difference between this and a regular, Facebook regular page, social page, is those people have to sign up to be your friends. These, if people just click on the like button, they're subscribed to you. That's all you have to do is click on the like. So you give something for free and say, if you like it, click here. And if they like it, you've got people. And of course, the whole idea is the more people you get, the more advertising you're going to be able to reach when you send your things out. So get people to like it. So why Facebook? Here's the popularity per month. 750 million unique, estimated unique visitors per month for Facebook. 750 million. Wow. Twitter, 250 million. LinkedIn, 110. Pinterest, oh, that was the one. I said Luca's on Pinterest. 85 million. Now, that one I hadn't even heard about a year ago. Look how fast it grew. MySpace, I had a MySpace page before I had a Facebook page. I thought they kind of went by the wayside, but no, they're still there. 7 million is nothing to sneeze at. And Google Plus, I don't know when these statistics came from, probably about a year ago, is 65 million, but they're growing really fast. I think you're going to see them overtake most of these pretty soon. Now, talking about Facebook again, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Facebook comment plugin. There's the link for it right over here if you want to look at it. Or you can, if you can't find that link, just punch in Facebook comment plugin. What that is if you're going to be posting your free video someplace, let's say on your own web page or on a special page, let's say within your web domain, you can actually get this plugin, which is basically HTML that you put in below your video. So here's the video that you posted on your page, and you get a regular chat thing for comments below your video. So such as this gentleman here, Brendan Bouchard, it has a video here about money type things, and he built this on a page. That's all it's on his page. So all these people are able to talk to him and say, hey, I like this, hey, I like that, let me ask you questions here. So you can actually put this on the bottom of one of your free products and think what's going to happen. By doing that, people are going to say, gee, I like your product, thanks a lot. And when they like it, this is a Facebook plugin. When they say they like it and they're telling you how great it is, guess what? That link is going to all their Facebook friends. So if they have 100 people on their list, the 100 people are seeing them talk about this. Some of those people are going to come here and they're going to put it on their list. So you can see how your free video to give away something can go viral with something like this, because you get a lot of people talking about it, especially if you put this before you advertise it on your social media and have people come to this page. They're all going to start talking about it, and like I said, it can grow really fast. So again, that's just called the Facebook comment plugin, and guess what? It's free. Okay, so that can really get the buzz going. So let's talk about forum marketing. As we're going through a lot of things here tonight. Forum marketing, okay? I'm sure many of you have been on forums from time to time, people chatting about things. There's forums on everything from fishing to meals to all kinds of stuff, vacations. So it's a forum is one of the methods that most people completely ignore, which is great for you because it can really boost your visitor count if done right. The basic idea is that you take part in the forums, become active in them. So find a forum with a similar, a forum that has to do with your product. If it's a golfing one, a golfing forum. If it's a horse riding or horse tips, get a horse tip. Dog training, a dog training forum. A quilting forum. There's forums on everything, okay? And make sure your user profile has a link back to your site. Some of them don't, but most of them do. Also, make sure that your signature, remember we spoke about signatures last week in the email, going to your product, that it appears under your replies. You can also have a signature on your replies. Now, once you've made about 25 helpful posts within the forum, you should start to see a flow of visitors from people who like your answers and want to find out more about you. So number one, you're going to want to know more about you. Number two, you're going to start making yourself an authority because you're commenting a lot on something like you know what you're talking about. And if you created this expert product, guess what? You will know what you're talking about. Excuse me. So leave replies. Here's the kind of things you'll do in these forums. Leave replies, comments, and even critique, but make them all content worthy so they don't seem like spamming. So if you have something to say about what someone's saying, just add to it, tell them how great it is or whatever, but add to it and give your opinion. And even if you don't like something, again, tell them why. Don't be a jerk about it, but if it's informative, people are going to like that you have an opinion and it gives them a different point of view. So choose a forum on your topic, make sure it's busy, check how many visitors it has. I mean, you want to check that. Some forums, oh, it looks like a big topic, but when you check, it only has like 7 visitors. You want to find something with a large amount of visitors because you don't want to waste your time. Be a frequent visitor. Thank people when they say things to you, when they say something informative, say, hey, thanks a lot. I really like that. It helped me a lot because of this. If people are asking questions, a lot of new people in forums ask questions. If you know the answer, answer the question. Don't do it just as a sales pitch. Do it because you truly want to help them. Remember, you give first. It always comes back to you. Comment and agree with good posts. Include a great signature like we mentioned. Now, a bonus of forum marketing is you'll pick up all kinds of ideas for new content as you see the problems and questions that people in your niche are struggling with. These will be great topics to write newsletters about for your autoresponders. Remember we spoke about autoresponders when somebody fills in their name and email address on your captcha box and all of a sudden it starts sending your let's say 7 or 8 automated letters. Once those go through, now you're sending out newsletters or information. You wonder where you're going to get content. You can get a lot of it from these forums. Find out what people are struggling with, what their questions are, and answer. Because that's what, if they're talking about it, that's what most people in that field are talking about. So, a couple ways you can find out about forum marketing. One, remember we spoke about, go back to Craigslist, and it has a whole list of them, but you'll find them all over the place. If you do a Google search, just punch in forum, semicolon, excuse me, colon, then whatever the topic is. If you want to find out something on golf, then it will be forum, golf. Another one is Forum Finder. There's a link right there. Big boards, Zeta boards, so there's all kinds of different places. You can just punch in forum, like I said, not just on Google, but on any search engine. Yahoo has a big forum section. So there's quite a few of them out there. What's the other one? LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, great business place. There's tons of forums on LinkedIn. You can just punch in the topic and you can not only find what forums there are, but it's going to tell you how many people are in the forums, who's in charge of the forum. So that's a great way to find them as well. associations, okay? We spoke about associations in the first week when we talked about trying to find your topic. If you paid attention to that, when I said find a topic that there's an association having to do with it, here's where it's going to come in handy. If you have an association, let's say if it's a dog training association or something like that, what you would do is you go to the association now, okay, and number one, you can give your product there, but basically if you knew there were dog training associations initially, chances are you got a hold of the people in the association and you ask the experts there to speak on it. Now you see where I'm going? You ask the experts to speak from that association on your product, so they're in your product. So now you go to the association and those people will probably be talking about you anyway, or refer to them in talking, or you know, in your links coming back to your web page, make sure you have the pictures of these leaders of the association so people can see their pictures. So there's a lot of different ways that the associations will help. Another thing, start advertising in it and placing articles. If you put an ad, a picture ad, maybe with a picture of the president of the association or the bigwigs that helped you with it. You can advertise, you can you know, sell products. If there's a magazine, some associations have their own magazine, newspaper, newsletter, and a lot of times that's how they make their money, is by letting people advertise in them. Are there any blogs about your product? Okay, if there are blogs, go to different blogs and comment on the blogs just like you would in forums. Hopefully you checked out, like I said, the various associations beforehand, so you can, again, that could be very helpful. Give you an example of how far associations go. I did a search yesterday just of golf associations. That's all I punched in, golf associations, and one web page had all of these. What's this, like about 25 or 30 of them? So look at all the, how did I say that? Look at all the cheddar, you know? I mean, there's a lot of business right there. If I just got into the different ones, I could probably even join a couple of the free ones if you wanted, place ads in the bigger ones, you know, find out the size of them. It's just limitless what you can do. So associations is a great way of advertising. So in a summary, we finally got to the end of this. There's a lot of things to think about. As a summary, Yahoo videos, excuse me, that's supposed to be YouTube videos, okay, but there are Yahoo as well. Google Plus Hangouts, Ustream, press releases, submissions. Let's see, where are we? Online advertising, forum associations. So there's quite a few different things. And let's see, what I'm going to do is I want to go right to the summary here and change this so you don't have trouble when you're looking at this tomorrow. So it makes sense. There we go. So YouTube videos, all corrected. How's that? Here's your assignments for the week. Are you ready for this? Again, we want you to make money. That's the whole idea. So create your Yahoo commercials. You know, excuse me, I keep on saying Yahoo on this, don't I? Create your YouTube commercials. Okay, the more you can do, the more you're gonna, the more money you're gonna make. So let's see right here, OUTUBE. Create your YouTube video commercials. Look into Google Plus Hangouts and Ustream. You don't have to deal with them right away, because I know that sometimes it's tough to get a new thing working. But just review them. I mean, go through, see what you think about them, punch in some YouTube videos about it, and listen to what people think about it. I do a lot of comparisons that way to get, you know, people's thoughts, you know, pro and con about it. But at least look at it to see what you think. Create a write-up about your product, features and benefits, and submit it to at least 2 press release submission sites. Take a look at Craigslist and place an ad or 2, you know, or even a free video or giveaway or whatever, but place at least a couple of them in one of these papers, whether it be Craigslist or one of the other ones. Be sure to let all your social media buddies know about your product. You may want to create a business Facebook site Now, again, if you're going to be making a lot of products, you might not want to do that. But if it's a product that you want to really push specifically, go ahead and make a Facebook site. Or maybe you can have a topic that you're going to have a lot of different products underneath the same name. Like with mine, I built one on A plus courses. Well, I have so many courses, I can advertise A plus courses, and it's kind of like a catch-all for all the other products I have. You see what I mean? So I can have a Facebook site just for that. Because I know if I had a Facebook business page for like 10 different products, it's going to be hard to keep up with all of them. So one would be enough. So the key is to be, again, with forums, keep on posting, but to be helpful with others. And basically, just become part, be realistic, be real about it. Try to make friends, answer people's questions, comment on it, and other people are going to want to know you. Are there any associations that will benefit from knowing about your product? If so, place an advertisement in them. Yeah, you might have to pay for it, but if it's a monthly advertisement and you're just paying a little bit, look at the amount of people in the association and what you can virtually get back from it. That's the idea. Is the bottom line is how much are you going to make? So, time for questions and answers. So you folks that have questions, go ahead and start typing them. And oops, thank you, Raluca. I see she just typed in Instagram. That was the word I was having a hard time with earlier. Let's see what we have. I'm going to go scroll through. And what do we got here? The question about, this was actually a little bit earlier about the difference between the Facebook business and the Facebook regular page. Question was probably typed before I went over it, which is the business page. People just have to like it, and so you're going to build it a lot faster. It'll be a lot more followers. Have you ever used YouTube advertise paid? I haven't done the paid ads with YouTube yet. I've looked at it, thought about it a few times, even started it at one point, but really haven't done anything with that yet. The regular YouTube ads, the pay-per-click, not the, not Google, the Google ones. I've used those quite a bit. Okay, what do we have here? Let's see. Any suggestions for camcorders and any way to improve video quality? Well, camcorders, that's funny because we must have about 15 of them in this house. We're camera poor, I guess you could say. I have a whole mess of cameras. My favorite ones, I have a close to $1,000 Panasonic that has 3 CCD for green room and all this, and I prefer the one I have on my computer over here. It's a Logitech. I think it's a 920, I believe it is, or 930. It's kind of like a wide. It's like a wide lens, and it has stereo, sound. But most of I actually just went down to Best Buy, and I bought 2 different kinds, a Logitech, and the other one, I don't see it around here. Actually, oh, here it is. I had it outside. I bought like a 60-foot cord, and I had it outside watching the birds the other day from my computer. It's a Microsoft one. But go to Best Buy, and you'll find a lot of them over there. Most of the decent ones are going to run you about $100 to $120. I like to get HD ones, and they work really well. They're designed for this kind of thing. The nice thing about having the camera video is I can actually watch myself as it's going. You can adjust it. You can zoom, move it left, right. So pretty much all of my videos now are done with these the computer one. You can do it with a cell phone, but yeah, they don't really come out that good. Okay. But if you're out, I've done it with a cell phone on the beach before. I prefer these to actual camcorders. We just bought it was a huge expensive Canon about 4 months ago. I can't really tell you what the name of it was. Raluca has it in her room. She uses it because she does a lot of things with jewelry and makeup. So it has a lot more detail for, close-up type things. So matter of fact, I think she has 3 of the camcorders in her studio over there. But I hope that helps. Matter of fact, if you want to know the exact equipment, one of the earlier videos that we did, one of the earlier lessons, as you're going through them reviewing, you'll see that I have the exact kind. It even has the pictures of the two that I'm talking about that I use. So if you want to backtrack a bit, you'll see the Logitech and the Microsoft ones I use. It has the numbers, so you can order them online or with Big Lots or any place like that, any electronic place. Let's see. What else do we have? AdSense, we spoke about that. Is Google Hangout free? Is it connected with YouTube? Yes, Google Hangouts is free. I think they might have a business section that's payable, but I've never even considered doing that. I mean, there's so many things with the Hangouts, you know, from the you can do the lower third where you put your name at the bottom of the screen. You can put a flag of your country up as you're talking, PowerPoint. There's so many different things you can do. Those boxes where you have different people viewing you or within, you can actually have a second computer of your own as one of those seats, and or a cell phone, and you can have somebody on the street with a cell phone videotaping you know, interviews and actually be putting it on your Google as you're, you know, doing like a newscaster from your house. It's just amazing what you can do with it. But it is all free, and yeah, it's all connected with YouTube also. What mic do you use? It sounds great. Well, it should sound great. It's a beast. It's actually called a Yeti, made by the company named Blue. So if you go online and punch in Blue, B-L-U-E, and Yeti, I believe it's Y-E-T-T-I. That's the mic that I use. Again, it's on one of the previous lessons. I believe it's about $100. I got mine at Best Buy. You can get it online. I've seen it in guitar stores. I just saw one last week in a guitar store. Wonderful mic. I mean, it's you could have it so it goes in the direction just to your mouth, so everything around doesn't make any you know, interfere with it. You can have it go, and doing an interview, it'll go both ways, so it record the person in front of me and on my side. Or you can do it for a group. There's different settings that you just turn the knob for a group, for like a meeting. I mean, it'll pick up a mosquito at 300 yards. I haven't tried, but we don't have too many mosquitoes this time of year. I actually saw some snowflakes this morning, so it's getting cold up here in Maine. And for those people that are going to see this a few months from now, it's actually only October. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here for questions? Let's see. Oh, Reluca just sent me a note saying that the one she has is a Canon HD. Okay. Oh, okay. Here's a good question. Video, again, when you're doing video, what do you do when the video seems to be dark? You ever notice that? As a matter of fact, when you look at at the bottom of that clip I have for the Google Hangout, you'll see one gentleman, the one actually the one in the middle that I said was from India, his face is dark, and the reason for that has nothing to do with the camera. And you know, the person that asked about cameras earlier, you might want to, you know, keep that in mind. When it's dark, it's usually because of the lighting. Always make sure somebody has lighting in their face. Matter of fact, when I do a Google Hangout or something like that, or anything where I'm going to be interviewing somebody, I ask them to come on 5 minutes early so I can take a look at everything and adjust it. You want to have front-facing lights, like where I'm sitting right now. Well, you can't see them, but I got two of those big umbrella lights, you know, studio lights, right in my face. And then during the daytime, I got a huge picture window. I can open the shades, and I got a light overhead as well. So everything's in front of me, so I have a nice clear picture. If the lights were behind me, my face would look really dark, but everything behind me would be light. It would look almost like nighttime. So you want to make sure the light is facing them. One show I was doing an interview actually, and the person, it looked really bad, and he had a desk lamp, and I asked him to put the desk lamp above the computer facing him, and it made all the difference in the world. So lighting is very important. Video on the computer is darker. Foggier, I don't know what foggy would be. I don't know what you mean by that, foggier. So I can't help you there. Oh, thank you, Lucas. She just passed me a note here. For those of you that are looking for video equipment, audio equipment, if you want to save a lot of money, I wish you had told me this when I bought mine, thanks. Or even for computers, stereos, whatever, PA systems, I got my PA system there. Go online and type in tigerdirect.com. So Tiger, wow, direct, direct.com. They have everything, and they are wonderful prices, so much less than the stores, and they guarantee everything. They're very good people to deal with. I've bought computers from them. Like I said, the PA system, all kinds of microphones, not for this, but for public speaking and everything, wireless mics for when I was entertaining. I used to do a lot of comedy hypnosis. So that's a great place to check. Let's see. Okay, James, I'm still not catching you when capturing a video from somewhere else. I'm still not catching the foggy thing. Are you doing this in England during the foggy season? I don't know. Whatever it is you're getting, I would look at the camcorder book, because I've never had foggy. If your lighting is good, you shouldn't have anything foggy. Maybe it's something bad with the camera. Maybe you dropped it in the water. Who knows? I have no idea where the fogginess is coming from. But like I said, if you get all your lighting, for yourself, you want to make sure you get the lighting right. A lot of these green room places, too, what they call chroma key, if you do some searches of them, a lot of them will have free, I guess you could say, charts that will show you how to set up your room. I've done, like I said, I've done a lot of chroma key, a lot of green room, but I found a lot of places online that actually show me how to set up my lights. And that will help you to have a nice, clear picture. So get the lights in front of you, facing you. If you're doing green room, you need to have a small one behind you, facing the back of you, to give you that crisp look. Will this course always be available? Yes, it will be available. It might change the location, because once it's complete over here, we're doing it live. It's going to be sold as an online course, as a lump sum course, and actually as a monthly membership course, just like what I'm showing you folks how to do. Okay, so what you're doing, I'm doing at the same time. So you can't say it can't be done. This is proof of it. Okay, so if it changes locations or venues, you'll be notified of that. It's going to be the same videos. It might go to a different web page or a different location as time goes on. So you do have this, but I wouldn't use that as an excuse to wait. The sooner you get going with these, the sooner you can make money. I mean, these membership site programs will make you a lot of money. I've made some of them in as little as a weekend. Again, right now you're learning from week to week, but once you have it all together, you don't have to wait for the next week, because you saw in the first 4 courses, you were able to put it together. The next 4 is just advertising. Each course was about an hour, so that's 4 hours of information. You can easily do that in a weekend. Let's see. With that, that's pretty much all we have. And I'd like to thank you all for coming, and have a great week and get your advertising going. Have a good night.